X, what kind of challenges does a team like the Eagles present? They're, defending champs.
Yeah, I mean, I think their roster pretty much says it all. They got playmakers at every level. They got really talented guys, and they got guys that have, they have been through that adversity. They've had their highs, they've had their lows. They've been a team that's been able to win it all. So they got a lot of experience. They got a lot of talent, and yeah, that's a lot of. Those are the things challenging wise that's can be tough to deal with when you have an experienced team and guys with a lot of talent.
What kind of opportunity do you guys view this when you got the defending champs coming into your building and all that? How do you guys view it?
Just another challenge. They got a good team, but it's not the first good team that we played all year. But we obviously, we're really getting ourselves prepared for this game. We played them twice last year and lost to them twice. So we're trying to get our get back. But it's not going to be easy. We know that they're not just going to lay down and give us a win. But I could say that for any team. It's going to be a fun, exciting game on Monday.
When you're facing a team that's coming out of bye like they are, how often are there going to be unscouted looks?
It might be some, but I think their team, they got so much talent. They're gonna run what they're gonna run. They're probably not gonna switch too much stuff up. They might have some unscouted looks here and there, maybe, but for the most part, when you have a roster like that, you got a team like that, you don't want to do too much. You just go out there and call what you're gonna call, and you let the players do the rest.
What stuck with you the most, ate at you the most after the playoff meeting that you had to sit on and think about all offseason?
You said after the what?
After the playoff meeting, is there anything that stuck with you the most that you thought about all offseason?
Just a loss. That's really, really about it. Just having, going into the, offseason with a loss. I think defensively we played really well. But obviously it wasn't good enough to get the job done. So just going into the offseason kind of with that L was kind of, not a great feeling. But it is what it is. It's a new year, new season. So, yeah, got over it. I wouldn't say quickly, but, it took some time. But then it was just like, it is what it is. We got to move on. So, yeah.
So in the Giants game that the Eagles just played, third play of the game, Barkley breaks off this 76-yard run.
Yeah.
Is that what you absolutely have to prevent? Because then are you chasing him the whole game?
For sure. Yeah. You gotta get him from the jump. You cannot let him get going early, or really let him get started. Because once he gets started, it's gonna be a hard game and a challenging game moving forward. So obviously we're gonna be keying into him and keying into that run. That's going to be big for us this week. And, he's a special talent. He's a hell of a player. He's a guy that, he could change the game just like that. He's a game wrecker. So just got to be aware of where he is at all times.
For you, X, there's always so much made about just like the interceptions, but a game where it's physical, you have to hit, you have to be ready to tackle like Saquon. How much do you even get up and kind of enjoy a physical style game like this?
No, it's fun. It's competitive, man. Like whenever you can, have a competitive game, and whenever you're dealing with two teams that have really good players, really good rosters, it's just going to be a competitive game, and it's going to be fun for really all of us. So I think that's the joy, I get from that. And just knowing, these type of, games and these type of rosters don't always happen like this. So just not taking that for granted and knowing, these type of games can be really special and can really go down in history, to be honest with you.
I feel like at this point in the season, I usually know if a team is really good. Do you know how good your team is? And is this I don't call it a measuring stick game, but is this a game where you can find out a little more about just how good you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, I've been been thinking our team is really good. Our roster is really good. I think our team is really good. So, but their team is also really good as well. Measuring stick, I wouldn't really say all of that. But I think it's a big game for both teams. Just knowing that we could potentially see each other again later on down the line. So I think this game kind of sets that up, and we got to be real intentional about what we go out there with and the play style that we have to set it up for later on, and just in case we see them again.
So between your time in New York and then 2 games here last year, you're pretty familiar with these guys. I mean,
for sure, yeah.
Your first couple of snaps, like, man, I've had so many snaps against these guys.
Yeah.
That's got to help you this time.
Yeah, it definitely does. But, I mean, it helps you, but it's like it only helps you so much. You still got to go out there and play. But it does help you in the sense of, obviously I've seen, the things that they do offensively for some years now. They don't really change too much stuff up. So I am very familiar with, what they do scheme-wise and, the type of players that they have. Obviously, I play with a lot of those guys really over there. So I understand how they play as well. And they know how I play, so it's kind of like even a little bit. So we just go out there and compete and have fun with it.
Yeah, after that game on Sunday, you said that especially against the run defense, it felt like things were building up over time. It was good until it was bad.
Yeah.
What are you guys honing in on, or have already honed in on in practice to rectify that and get better in that?
Yeah, I think just making sure everybody do their job, making sure that we're not going outside of what the scheme of our defense is or whatever that call may be, and stopping the run. That's going to be the biggest thing I think this week is stopping that run. And if we could do that, I think we could be pretty successful. But that's the number one key for us. So we've been really being intentional about that during practice. Even when we watch film, just making sure that guys understand what gaps you're supposed to be in and just where you're supposed to be, whether that's the front level, the second level, or the third level. So I think all of us have been pretty aware of that, and we're going to try to execute that the right way on Monday.
Your run defense was so good all season. It's a little bit of a hiccup last week. Is
Yeah.
that as simple as Colby's out, or is there more to it that you have to fix?
Nah, I think everybody got to be ready, regardless of who's in the game. Everybody has to be prepared and ready to go. So I think regardless of, obviously injuries happen. You don't want them to happen, but they're going to happen sometimes. And that's why it's always important for the next man to be prepared and make sure that he's preparing the right way throughout the week. So that way, if his number is called on game day, we're not having those lapses in there. So, but I put that really, that's everybody's responsibility. That's my responsibility to make sure that the other safeties are ready to go if their number is called. So we all have that responsibility and accountability within each other.
X, how have you seen the way that they utilize Dallas Goedert? Because you think back to the playoff game, just poor Carrington getting stiff-armed like 3 times by him into the end zone. So have you seen the way that they kind of use him?
He's a good tight end. He's had a good career. They use him kind of in different ways in the pass game. But, I don't think they really have changed much of how they use him. I think they've been using them, kind of the same way for some years now. But he's a good tight end, and he runs good routes. He's a physical guy. I don't want to put too much on it. Yeah.
Do you have a role in the tush push other than if they fake it and throw it down like they did in the
I'm gonna just be during the tush push. I'm gonna be in the back, and I'm gonna be patrolling the back end just in case something does pop up. Yeah.
No sense in getting up
No, that ain't for me. I'm gonna leave that to the big fellas. Yeah.
Is that how it's been in the past?
Yeah. Because I think last year they actually tried to. They did like a little fake, and then one popped up out the ground. So that's why I'm back there for that. But I let the big fellas take care of that. I don't get in their business. Yeah.